Hey guys, I hope everything's well. Welcome to Tabletop Baseball Digest. I'm Tony Porter, formerly Cards and Dice TV. And basically, the name change came from the evolution of my channel from mostly, 90% replays to, and mostly replays that I myself was very interested in. And it was driven by self-interest and I think 99% of it. So I moved away really from doing that, and I kind of moved into a little bit more analysis. So I figured, and kind of analysis and some level of news and some level of unboxings and so forth. So tutorials and just informational stuff. So I kind of figured that it was time to start kind of not a new channel, but continuing the fundamentals of the channel, but just bringing in the new name to it, just to kind of spread the idea that it's going to be a lot more than just replay action. There will be some replay sprinkled in throughout my channel. So that said, today we have a replay. We have a little bit of replay, but we're also showcasing a couple of different things. Primarily, we're showcasing Digital Diamond Baseball. I'm using Strat-O-Matic. I'm playing a 2017 Strat-O-Matic replay of the Garbage Can Series it's the American League Championship Series between the Astros and the Yankees. In this game, this is the fifth game of the series. Yankees are down 3-1. It's really the Astros offense and pitching that's gotten the Yankees. The Yankees struggle scoring runs, and that's what I think was the truth back in. This went 7 games in 2017. My replay may end today. Let's find out what happens. I'm going to be using Digital Diamond Baseball. It's an excellent helper. Now, I have called out certain issues with Digital Diamond Baseball. I've noticed that every year puts out a new version and it makes corrections and improves itself. So I'm going to do a separate video on Digital Diamond Baseball on the 5 key components of Digital Diamond Baseball, and why you should definitely purchase the helper, software program, game, and so forth. But right now, let's get down to the action. It's game 4. This is game 5 of the. It's an elimination game for the Yankees. It's going to be Masahiro Tanaka against Dallas Keuchel, and this is a repeat of the matchup in game 1. The Yankees, I believe, won game 1. They went up 1-0, but then the Astros came back and won 3 in a row. They're up 3-1. So this is the elimination game for the Yankees, and I hope it doesn't happen because I'm looking forward to continuing this replay. There is a side note story, an anecdote to this game. For some reason, I don't know what got into me. I sold the 2017 Yankees about 4 years ago, the Strat team, and somebody bought it up for me. And I was left with just the Astros, plus, of course, the whole season, which I have. I never played. It's still unpunched. But I did play the Astros and the Yankees that when I bought it in 2017, and or in 2018, I guess you would buy it. And for some reason, I just sold the Yankees. Or I put them somewhere I can't find them, but I think I sold them. So I had to kind of repurchase the Yankees, and it took me about a year to find somebody who was selling them. I did find somebody who was selling them, and I finally got the Yankees. So now, because I spend, I don't know, it was like $17 just for one team, and that's what I sold my Yankees for, about $17 or so. So anyway, long story short, because I struggled to find the Yankees, and now I have the complete game again. What I'm going to do is, what I've done so far is replay the 2017 American League Championship Series between the Astros and the Yanks to see if you can get the Yanks to win this. But I'm seeing it's really tough. Yanks have a pretty good bullpen. They don't have great starters. but I find that the Astros lineup is pretty explosive. Have a lot of guys getting on base, a lot of guys hitting home runs, and that's where we stand right now. So game 4, we're going to join the action in the bottom, I believe it's the bottom of the first inning. So let's go to that game. 0-0, by the way. All right, we are back, and let's see. Top of the first, welcome to Yankee Stadium. Okay, I was under the impression that I had played the top of the first, but I did not. So we're starting from scratch. It's Tanaka versus Springer. The lineup for the, I don't know if you can see it at the bottom of the screen, the lineup for the Astros is Springer, Reddick, Altuve, Correa, Gurriel, and Bregman, and then it's Beltran, the DH, Gonzalez, and McCann. All right, so it's excellent interface on the right hand. Now let's enlarge the play-by-play. It's an excellent play-by-play, and it tells you what the player did in his previous at-bat and how he's doing during the course of the game. So there's a lot of good. Let's enlarge the fonts. Let's go to fonts. Let's see, play-by-play. Larger play-by-play font size. Let's make it largest. So that should, there it is, a little bit larger, and let's play ball. All right, so here goes George Springer. This is an elimination game for the Yanks, and here's the pitch. It is a 3-4, so that's going to be off the batter. Tanaka's a righty, a 3-4, and that's a bouncer to third, picked up by Frazier. Throw to first, and that's one away. That's a G5-3. Oh, I wrote GG. Let's see. There's several ways to do it, I believe. I believe you could just write 5-3 on this. It's improved from the version 10, so it's gotten better. So now it's pretty intuitive. So the stuff I do in other games, I can do here, and it pretty much reads it the same for the most part. So here's Josh Reddick. Let's roll some dice for Josh Reddick. And here's the pitch from Tanaka. And it's going to be off Tanaka. He's a lefty, so it's 4 and an 8. And a 1-13 is a single, but this is lined and caught by Castro. So it's ripped off the bat of Reddick, but right into the glove of Castro. Starling Castro, the defense for the Yankees is Gardner in left, Hicks in center, Judge in right. Frazier, the third baseman, Gregorius at short, Castro, Starling Castro, remember him, at second base. Greg Bird, another blowout for the Yanks, and disappointment. Sanchez, another disappointment behind the plate, and Tanaka on the mound. So that's 2 outs. And here's Jose Altuve. How did Altuve do? He batted .346 in 2017. Here's a pitch, and that is going to be off Altuve's card. A 3 and a 3, and that's, oh, he gets plunked. So he's going to take his base. So that is hit by pitch. And he's on first base now. He's going to try to get a jump. So let's roll the 2d6, and no, he doesn't get a jump, so he's at 13. Tanaka's a -3. Plus, he's being held, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to try to steal. And here is Correa. Carlos Correa is up. And the pitch. It's going to be a 3 and a 5. So again, off the battered card, and struck him out. And that ends the inning. All right, so you're writing K, and that's how you do that. So this is going to keep track. It's going to give you an excellent box score, and I'll show you that in a couple of innings. I'm going to show you a couple different features so you can see. Gardner leads off for the Yankees, a lefty hitter, facing Keuchel, Dallas Keuchel, who had an excellent season. Keuchel had a 2.90 ERA, was 14 and 5 in 145 innings pitched. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5. That's off Keuchel against the lefty, Brett Gardner. 7, and that's bounced to second base. Altuve better hurry, and just gets Gardner, the speedy Gardner, by half a step. Next is Aaron Judge. Steps to the plate. Now he's struggled in this replay. I don't think he's got a hit, to be honest with you. He's got he's got 2 hits and 15 at bats. So this not only tells you what he did during the regular season, it tells you what he did in the sim. But I didn't play the sim with the Yankees. I just skipped directly to postseason. It tells you what he did in postseason. This is the 5th game he's playing. He's got 15 at bats, and you can see that on the lower right-hand corner. And he's got 1 run scored, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So he has not had a good series, and that's one of the things that where the Yankees have really struggled. So let's see if he gets on track. Here's the pitch from Keuchel, and that's going to be on Keuchel's card, and a 4 and a 6. That's a hard hit ground ball to Correa. He scoops it up, fires to first, and in time. So it's G6-3. That's 2 away, and here's Didi Gregorius. Steps in the box, a lefty hitter. What just happened? Okay. What happened here? Did I miss something? Keuchel belt. Here's Gardner. Nobody gone. All right. So I have Judges up. I don't know what just happened. So G6-3. Okay. So there's 2 outs now. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. For some reason I didn't put in the 4-3. I guess I was sidetracked talking. So let's fix that. Let's go back. It doesn't really matter whether I fix it or I don't, but I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to undo previous play. Then I'm going to undo previous play again. And then I'm going to put in 4-3 for Gardner. So G4-3. I thought I did that. I don't know. Losing my memory, I guess. And now it's G6-3. And it's Gregorius. Here's the pitch from Keuchel to Gregorius. It's going to be off Gregorius, and that's a 3. Keuchel is a lefty, so I'm looking at the left side against a lefty. So it's a 3 and a 12, and that's a star line, a lefty star line. It's not a not a star line. It's a lefty ballpark home run. It's a diamond shot ballpark home run. And at Yankee Stadium, lefties is 1-19. I rolled an 18. That's a drive down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. And 1-0 Yankees. Didi Gregorius puts the Yanks ahead with a line drive, 312-foot home run down the line that just missed a foul pole by about 2 feet. I was actually sitting there in a game in 2014 with my son and my nephew. I think they played the Tampa Bay Rays. I picked up a Lou Gehrig bobblehead that day. I still have one. I gave one to my daughter. We had 2. My nephew took one. My son took one. I have my son has his, and I gave mine to my daughter who lives in Florida. All right, so Gary Sanchez, 1-0 Yanks, and that's a 5 and a 10. So it's going to be the pitcher, a 5 and a 10, is a fly ball to left. Marwin Gonzalez is out there. Under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So we played 1 complete inning. And let's go to the top of the 2nd. Now it tells you what happened here on the screen. It'll tell you Keuchel steps off the mound and so on because you're play-by-play. But then 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on base for New York Yankees. And after 1, it's Yankees 1, Houston nothing. So due up is Gurriel, Bregman, and Beltran. So it tells you all that, and then later on it tells you how the batter's done that game. In other words, did he go? Is he 1 for 3 or with an RBI and so on? It'll give you that update, which I like. All right, here's Gurriel. It's a 1 and a 6, so that's going to be off Gurriel. A 1 and a 6, and that is a tapper right back to the mound. Tanaka, sure-handed Tanaka over to first, and that retires Gurriel. So 1 easy out for Tanaka. Next is Bregman. Pitch to Bregman. That's a 1 and an 8. And that is 1-5 is lined and caught. Gregorius goes up and brings it back down. So he catches the line drive off the bat of Bregman. And here's Carlos Beltran. He's a switch hitter. And he steps in the box. He's ready. Tanaka gets the sign from Sanchez. And the pitch. And that's a 1-9. Again, struck him out. And Beltran chases. Go to the bottom of the second. It's going to be, let's see. So no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. And it's going to be Hicks, Castro, and Bird. Here's the pitch from Keuchel, the left-hander. And that is a 5-9. He's batting righty, so it's a 5-9, and that's going to be a strikeout. So curveball gets Hicks. One away. Elimination game for the Yanks. And Starling Castro's up. A 2-10. This is going to be off Castro against a lefty. A 2-10 is going to be a 1-14 line. Base hit up the middle and played on a hop by Springer. And Castro's on with a single. Castro's not a base stealer, so he's not going to be going anywhere. And here's Greg Bird. Pitch from Keuchel. And that's a 3-8. So against a lefty, a 3-8 is popped up middle infield. Altuve near the bag. Calls Correa off and makes the catch. Pop 4. 2 down. Castro takes his lead off first. And Frazier in the box. He's a right-handed hitter. Frazier during the season had 200 at-bats with the Yankees, 43 hits. He batted .222, hit 11 home runs, so he contributed, at least in the power numbers. And here's the pitch from Keuchel. And that's going to be a 4-7 against a righty. A 4-7 is going to be ball 4. So Frazier waits him out and picks up a free pass, pushes Castro into scoring position. So you got 2 men on, 2 out, and it's going to be Chase Headley. Now, how this team gets to the championship season with a guy like Chase Headley, who 500 at-bats, had 12 home runs, 273 average, 352 on-base percentage. So he did get on base, so maybe that answered my own question there. All right, so Dallas Keuchel against Chase Headley, who's a switch hitter. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 1-3, and that's bounced to third. And Bregman's going to go to Altuve at second base. And that ends the inning. So let's see what it says here. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base, and it's Yankees 1, Houston nothing. Due up for Houston is Gonzalez, McCann, and Springer. Here's a pitch from Masahiro Tanaka. Tanaka had an interesting season. A 4.74 ERA, 13-12. Had good control, only 40 walks. But I'm sure he gave up a ton of home runs. It doesn't say here. Oh, it says more. Wait. I just noticed it says more. So let me click on more. Home runs. He gave up 35 home runs in 178 innings. I think that says it all. Here's a pitch to Gonzalez. And that's going to be, he's going to be batting lefty. It's a 4 and a 4. And that's an X. Third base X. Frazier, I'm pretty sure, is a 3. Yeah, he's a 3, so 15 is going to be a ball that he gets to. And over to first, and that's 1 away. All right, here's Brian McCann, who played with the Yankees as well for a while. Here's the pitch from Tanaka, and that's a 1-8, and that's a drive in the gap, and after it is Hicks, and Hicks comes up with a great catch. F8. George Springer's up next. And the pitch to Springer. 6, so he's a righty, so that's going to be off the 6 column on Tanaka. 6-9, and that is outside, ball 4. So he walks. And Springer, not a great base stealer, especially against a -3 hold. Not going to try it. Plus the being held, -2, that's a -5. Sanchez is up. Here's a pitch. Not Sanchez, I'm sorry, Reddick. Josh Reddick. And that is a 1-6. And that's going to be struck him out, and that retires the side. So pretty simple, pretty easy to play so far. The game's kind of moving along, not too many runs. The slower games, of course, are because there's a lot of walks, a lot of hits, a lot of runs, and so on. Here's Gardner leading off against Dallas Keuchel, lefty on lefty. And that is a 4 and a 7, and he strikes out. Heads back to the bench. Next is Aaron Judge. Here's the pitch, and that is a 5. A 5 and a 5 is a 1-9, and oh, that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the defense and roll to the wall. Judge digging for second. Here's the throw from Springer. The tag by Altuve, and he is safe with a double. So a 1-out double for Aaron Judge. Yankees need him to get going if they expect to survive. This is an elimination game for the Yankees. They're up 1-0, but that's not enough runs against this powerhouse offense that the Astros bring to the field. And it's Didi Gregorius next, another lefty. Against Keuchel, the pitch, and that is a 3 and a 4, and that is, oh, just missed it. That's a drive in the gap. Left fielder Gonzalez catches up to it, and it's a B. Hold on a second. It's a 3 against a lefty. So a 3 and a 4, and it's a B. And what does a B mean? On a fly ball, runner on third scores, others hold. Okay. So it's a fly out to left. All right, it was a split with a home run there. So, all right, so here is Gary Sanchez. He's a right-handed hitter. Sanchez, let's see what kind of season he had. About a 278, had a good season in 2017 with 33 home runs. So at one time, this guy could rake, but not anymore. 4-8, so that's going to be versus a righty, and an 8 is going to be a bouncer to short. Correa fires to first, and that's the 3rd out. So they strand a runner at second base. Judge with that double. And we move to the top of the 4th inning. Altuve's up. Here's a pitch from Tanaka. 1-0 Yankees. 1-7. And a 1-7 is ball 4. So Altuve walks, and Altuve are going to try to get the jump with Altuve again. And that's an 11, so no jump there. So he's going to hold at first base with a base on balls. And next up is Carlos Correa. Here's the pitch from Tanaka. That's a 3 and a 9. A 3 and a 9 is struck him out. On the splitter, forkball, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember what Tanaka threw. Here is Gurriel. Steps in the box, the pitch, and that is a 4. He's a righty, a 4 and a 7, and that's a drive. And that bounces in the gap, cut off quickly by Hicks. Going to third will be Altuve, so it's first and third. So for this, you're going to do first base, and then you're going to do double asterisk, just kind of like the card shows you. So Gurriel lines a single in the gap, cut off nicely by Hicks. Gurriel with a big turn, but decided that he'd stay at first base. So there's 1 out, runners on first and third, and here's Bregman. Now it is the top of the 4th. I'm going to play the infield in. And here's the pitch to Alex Bregman from Tanaka. And that is a 6 off Tanaka. He's a righty, a 6 and an 8. We need a strikeout, and we get it. Blows a fastball by Bregman. 2 away. A big out here. Carlos Beltran, another former Yankee, former Met, former Astro. Well, former Royal is what I meant to say. Here is Beltran, runners on first and third, 2 out, pitch from Tanaka. That's going to be a 5. He's batting lefty against the righty Tanaka, so it's a 5 and a 9, and struck him out. Huge K for Tanaka, and he gets out of trouble. And we move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees are going to bring up. So, no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and it's 1-0 after 3. Bottom of the fourth, it's Hicks, Castro, and Bird. Pitch from Keuchel. It's a 3 and a 6. So that is off the batter card, a 3 and a 6, and that's ball 4. So Hicks walks, and Hicks is a pretty good base stealer. Keuchel is a -6. So yeah, he's not going to go anywhere. All right, base on balls. And here's Starling Castro. Steps in the box, right-handed hitter. Kind of season you have batted 300, 100 and 400 at bats. Here's a pitch, and that is a 4 and a 10, and that's a fly ball center field X with a 5. Center fielder is Springer, and Springer is a 2 out there. And we got a 5, and he makes a running catch. Nice play by Springer, read it well off the bat. F8. And that's going to bring up with 1 out now. It's Greg Bird, power hitter. Pitch from Keuchel, and that's going to be a 5 against a lefty, a 5 and a 7, and that's bounced to second base. Altuve flips to Correa, the throw to first in time. So it's going to be a G4-6-3, and that's going to be a double play. We go to the top of the 5th inning. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base. 1-0 Yankees. And it's going to be Gonzalez, McCann, and Springer. Let's do it. Pitch from Tanaka. And that is a 2 and a 9 against Tanaka, 2 and a 9. And that's a checks his swing. They check with the third base umpire, and he rings him up. Gonzalez doesn't like it. Brian McCann, lefty hitter. Pitch. And that is a 2 and a 10, and that's a bounce to the third. Frazier scoops it up, fires the first in time. And that should be the top of the order. George Springer, who's still an excellent player, plays with Toronto now. Here's a pitch. Tanaka, 4 and a 7. So it's off the pitcher. He's a righty, so a 4 and a 7 is going to be a line drive base hit. So he lines one to center, played on a hop by Hicks. 1B. He's on at first. And it's Josh Reddick. And here's the pitch to Reddick. It's a 2 and a 6, and that's going to be, lined and caught by Castro. So he rips it. Hits it on the screws, but right at Castro. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Got a pretty good game going here. And Todd Frazier, the pitch. It's a 1 and a 4 against the lefty. And that's a deep drive to left field. And that ball is in the seats. 2-0 Yankees. Home run. Todd Frazier. He played with the Mets. Very likable guy. Played with the Reds a long time where he had his best seasons. And then helped the Yankees and the Mets a little bit towards the end of his career before he retired. Here's Headley. It's 2-0 Yanks. Home run for Todd Frazier. I like him. And that's a 6 and a 10. That's going to be off the pitcher. He's batting righty, a 6 and a 10, and that's bounced to third with an 18. And third baseman is Bregman, who I believe is a 2 off the top of my head. Am I right? I am correct. He's a 2. And a 15, an 18, he will make that play. So bounce to third, picked up on the short hop by Bregman, fires to first, high throw, nice stretch by Yuli Gurriel. And that's a G5-3. Yuli is a rookie from Cuba. 35-year-old rookie from Cuba? Something like that. Here's Gardner now. Keuchel, the pitch. And that is a 2 and a 6, and that's a drive in the gap. And Gonzalez on the track, and Gonzalez makes the catch. Hit it deep, but did not carry out at the ballpark. Sent it to the opposite field, Gardner did. And here's Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge today. Let's see. He is today. How's he doing today? Let's see. He's 1 for 2 so far. 2 away. Here's a pitch. And it's a 4 and a 9, a 4 and a 9, and that's ball 4. So he walks Judge. And let's see if Judge can run. Judge is a 4 and a 5 with a 14. That's not good enough. So he's going to stay at first. Keuchel has a good move. He's -6 hold. So Gregorius, he's ready. And the pitch. And that is a 6 and a 6 against the lefty. A 6 and a 6. Struck him out. And that retires the side. The game's moving along. We are in the top of the 6th inning now. It's going to be Altuve, Correa. I thought Altuve made out for some reason. All right, it's going to be Altuve, Correa, and Gurriel. Pitch from Tanaka. And that is a 5 against the righty. A 5 and an 11 is bounced to first base. A 19, I believe that Bird is a 4 first baseman. So he's a 4 with a, what did I say was a 19. He makes the play. Steps on the bag, G3. So Altuve bounces out weakly to first base. Here's Carlos Correa. And the pitch, and that is a 5 and a 9. So that's going to be, he's a righty, so that is off of Tanaka's card. A 5 and a 9. I couldn't see that. Couldn't see that 5 hiding. All right, again, the 9, and that is struck him out. Big K for Tanaka. And that's 8 strikeouts for Tanaka. So the script, the play-by-play will tell you how many strikeouts Tanaka has, you know, how you have to count when you have your scorecard. You can still keep a scorecard with this. But at least this tracks all my data for me, and I don't have to worry about it. Yuli Gurriel right now, he's 1 for 2 today. In the series, he is 3 for 18, so has not had a good series. Has 1 double. So let's roll for Yuli Gurriel. The pitch, Tanaka gets the sign from Sanchez, and he brings it, and it's going to be a 2 and a 12, and that is a diamond shot, but it's a righty. 1 to 14. I rolled a 1. That's a deep drive to left, and that ball is gone. 2 to 1. One thing I don't think I have been doing is the wild pitches and pass balls. Haven't been thinking about that. All right, so Bregman's up now, 2 to 1. The score. And the pitch, it's a 5 and an 8, and that is bounced to short. Gregorius over to first, and that retires the side. But the Astros pick up a run. They cut the Yankee lead to 1 now. Yanks up 2 to 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, so the Yanks need some more runs. Let's do it. Keuchel can go, let's see, 6, and Masahiro Tanaka can go 6, so we got to keep an eye on that. It's a 3 and a 9. So a 3 and a 9, and that is a strikeout. So Sanchez swings and misses at a high fastball. And next up is Aaron Hicks, I believe. Yes, it is. And a pitch from Keuchel. A 4. He's a switch hitter, so he'll be batting righty. A 4 and a 9, and that's ball 4. So Hicks walks. And Hicks kind of speed 15, but he would be -5. So he would be a 10. So no. All right, here's Starlin Castro, the pitch. And that's a 1 and an 8 against a lefty. And that's line base hit. And hustling the third is Hicks. That's in the gap, cut off by Springer. So it's going to be a 1B with a double asterisk. That tells you he's going to third. And first and third now. And let's see. It's only the 6th inning, so he's still good. They're going to bring the infield in. And the pitch. And that's a 1 and a 7. So a 1 and a 7, and that's a bouncer to second base. Ooh. Oh, and that's the infield in. That plus sign says it's a base hit. So it gets through the infield. I believe that Castro goes 2 bases on that. And it's going to be the Yankees 3 to 1. Big insurance run for the Yanks here in the bottom of the 6th. Coming around to score. is Hicks. Castro advances to third. And up now is Frazier. So Greg Bird with a big single off of Dallas Keuchel. So a 1-7. And that was because the infield was in. Otherwise, it would have been an out at second base. Probably a double play if the infield had been halfway. All right, so let's see what it says on the infield in. Let's see. Ground ball followed by regarded as exception rule. Okay. Basis situation. The following are exceptions. A ground ball resulting in a hit or an error. Ground ball followed by 2 stars. Now I'm not sure if he advances 2 bases or 1. Let me check real quick here. Okay, I played it correctly, so just double checking. So let's continue. And now it's Todd Frazier. Now the question is, let's look at the scorecard really quick to get a feel. Well, it's the 6th inning. He's given up 3 runs. He still should be good. He can go 6. So let's see where he's at. Let me go and pull up the box score, which gives me the option to find a scorecard. And he gave up a home run and a walk in the previous inning. In this inning, he's allowed 3 consecutive hits. You know what? This is 2017, so I'm going to go to the bullpen. We have a good bullpen. Got a bunch of Musgrove, Gregerson, Davinsky, Harris. We got a ton of guys. So let's click on Keuchel. No, we're not going to click on Keuchel. We are going to click on the pen. And who are we going to grab here? Let's see who we can grab. All right, we're going to grab Giles is our closer. So we used Harris in a couple of games. Let's see, who else do we have available to us? Luke Gregerson. We're going to bring in Luke Gregerson. There he is. He's a setup guy. Rotation. See, on the right, it tells you what kind of role he has. But, you know, everything is, right now we're looking at setup, rotation, setup. What else? Spot starter. Rotation, middle setup. Brad Peacock. Middle setup. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to bring in a setup guy, and that is going to be Gregerson, and we're just going to highlight his name and pop him into the P, and then click OK, and he'll be in there. So Luke Gregerson, here he is. So Dallas Keuchel is out. Gregerson is in. He's going to be facing Todd Frazier, who's today Todd Frazier's 1 for 1 with a home run and an RBI. I think he walked. And it's going to be the infield in with 1 out. And here's the pitch from Luke Gregerson. And that's going to be a 1 and a 5. So that is going to be against the righty. A 1 and a 5. Ooh, that's going to be with a 6 is line base hit. And that's down the line. And that's going to get past Gonzalez. And scoring is Castro. Bird is probably going to be held. He's very slow. So he's going to be held. So it's an RBI double for Todd Frazier, who's having a big day. And it's going to be second and third. That's going to bring up Chase Headley. Sounds like it's raining outside. Been raining every single day here in South Texas. Now it's Chase Headley. And infield is in. You know what? We're gonna face Headley. Here's the pitch. It's a 2 and a 10. A 2 and a 10 against a righty. And that's going to be struck him out. And Headley chases a ball in the dirt for the second big out for Gregerson. Yanks lead it by a score of 4-1. And here's Brett Gardner. And the pitch, it's a 1 and an 8. And that's going to be a check swing. And they check with the third base umpire, rings him up, strikes out. And that ends the inning. But the Yanks, let's see. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and the Yanks lead it 4-1. 6 is in the books. We go to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th is going to be Beltran, Gonzalez, and McCann against Masahiro Tanaka. We're squeezing some innings out of him. And that's going to be a 5 and an 8 versus a righty versus a lefty, a 5 and an 8. And that's strike 3 for the first out. So Beltran goes down on strikes. And here's Marwin Gonzalez. Pitch from Tanaka. And that's a 2 and a 7. And that's bounced to second base. Nice play by Castro. Sets his feet over to first in time. And 2-7. And next is Brian McCann. We're going to let McCann bat against Tanaka. It's a 1 and a 6. And that is a fly ball center field. Hicks to his left, under it, squeezes it, and that retires the side. So 3 up and 3 down for Tanaka. Tanaka can complete 8. You can go only 2 innings beyond your point of weakness in this game. Aaron Judge. And at the opening of this video, I tell the story of how I got involved in replaying the Garbage Can series. I played it about 5 years ago, and I'm replaying it now, and there's an anecdote to it. All right, so Aaron Judge is up, and Gregerson is, let me see, Gregerson can go, we're going to bring usually what I do with modern games is I bring a pitcher every inning. That's how I kind of do it. So we're going to go we use Gregerson. We're going to go to Musgrove. So let's go down here to the pen. And we're going to find Musgrove. Let's see. There he is. So Joe Musgrove is going to come in. He's in the rotation, but he acted as a, let's see. He acted as a reliever in this. Yeah, he does have a relief. Okay, he does have a relief rating. So we're going to go with Musgrove. He'll be our new pitcher. And let's do it. Here's Aaron Judge, the pitch. And that's a 2 and a 7. Musgrove is a righty. So a 2 and a 7 is a strikeout. So Judge swings at an outside pitch, and he goes down on strikes. And next is Didi Gregorius. How's Gregorius doing today? Gregorius, left-handed Gregorius, ready to face off against 1 out. Doesn't say how he's doing today. Usually it says it. All right, and it's going to be a 1-6. So again, he's a righty. So a 1-6 is popped up, middle infield, Altuve. He's under it. 2 away. And it's Sanchez. Pitch to Sanchez from Musgrove. It's a 1 and a 6. And that's fly ball, deep center field. Springer back to the track. Makes the catch. And we're bottom of the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ballpark. Springer's up. It's going to be Springer, Reddick, and Altuve. We're in the top of the 8th. And what I'm going to do here is I got warming up. I have what's his face, Chapman. And you know what? I'm going to bring in Chapman straight up here. I know it's not the 9th inning, but I'm going to bring him in the 8th inning because he's going to face this top of the order, which is really, really tough. And Chapman's probably my best pitcher at this point. Let's see. All right. So let's see where we are here. 4-1 Yankees. Top of the 8th. It's Springer who's going to come up here. And I said I was going to bring in Chapman, and which I am. So let's do that. Let's go to the Yankee bullpen and bring in Chapman. And Chapman is the man, and he's going to be facing the top of the order for the Astros, which are tough, tough, tough. And let us do this. Oh, I didn't put him in. Wait a second. Let's do it again. I forgot to click on picture on the screen. So where's Chapman? Let's see. Aroldis Chapman, the pitcher. Now we're going to press OK. Pull his card. And let's see what happens. Ah, there he is. He's already in place. All right, George Springer against Aroldis Chapman. Here's the pitch. Top of the 8th, 4-1 Yankees. Yankees need this game. And remember, like and subscribe my channel. Join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group and all its affiliated groups. It's a 1 and a 7. So it's going to be versus a lefty 1-7, and that's a drive, and that's cut off. And Springer picks up a single here. Lines one in the gap, cut off by Hicks. And Springer's on at first. Oh, he can run on this boy for sure. He's a +9. So let's roll 2d6, see if he can get a. Well, you know what? What if I roll a 20, he gets thrown out? We're down by 3. Let's not run. Let's just swing away here. We're gonna get a pinch hitter for Reddick. So let's click on Reddick and let's look for somebody from the right side. Let's go to I'm going to grab Cameron Maben. Maben's going to pinch hit. Let's do that. So Maben, he's a right-hander. He's going to come in and pinch hit. Maben played with the Yankees for a little while, and then he'll take Reddick's place. So here's the pitch from Chapman. So it's a 5 versus a righty. It's a 5 and a 4, and it's a fly ball center field. X. Hicks. What did we say Hicks was? Hicks is a 2, so he will, almost positive, he will run down that 4. He's a 2, and a 4 is a fly ball B, so he does run it down. A drive in the gap, and Hicks is after it, and he catches up to it. So F8 for the first out of the inning. And back to first goes Springer. And here comes Altuve. Here's a pitch, and that is a 3 and a 7 versus a lefty. A 3 and a 7. That's ball 4. So Altuve walks. Shows good patience. And we got the tying run at the plate. This is trouble. Tying run at the plate is Carlos Correa with good power. Carlos Correa hit, 24 home runs in 400 at-bats. And here's the pitch from Chapman. That's a 6 against a righty. A 6 and an 8, and struck him out. Big K for the second out of the inning for Chapman. And here's Yuli Gurriel. Again, the tying run, and Gurriel hit. That's nice. It tells you everything. It's right on your screen. He hit 18 home runs in 2017, and he's 2 for 3 today with a home run and an RBI. I really like that about this game. It tells you that. In a lot of games, it doesn't tell you a combination of what he's done that day and plus have that his yearly information on the screen. But here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 3 against a lefty. A 3 and a 2 is lined and caught by. So he rips it and right at Castro, the second baseman, and that's going to end the inning. So Chapman's done a great job. He can face, I believe he can go 1 inning or he can face 5 batters. Either way, the way I do it, and I explained it, in modern games, anything, from, I guess, 2000. I don't play a lot of these games, but from 2000 to the present, I'll probably give everybody like 1 inning and just rotate, and that's usually how I do it. All right, so it's Musgrove, who's already has an inning. This is a nice thing too. It's blinking at the bottom left, and it's telling me, hey, you need to make a change, dummy. You're babbling and you're not making a change, and there's a missing player in right field, and that's going to be Maben's going to go play right field. So I'm going to click on highlight him and put him in right field. Was there anybody else? That's it. Done. So we should be good now. So Mayfield goes out there to right, and it's going to be Hicks against Musgrove. I believe Musgrove already pitched. So let's look at the box score to double check that. So let me check the score, not the scorecard, but I'm going to check the newspaper box score, which is the one that we saw as kids. And Musgrove, he pitched an inning, so we're going to quickly pull him out and click here, defense pen, and we're going to go to Davinsky. I believe I didn't use Davinsky, right? Or did I? No, I used Gregerson and Keuchel. So let's grab Davinsky. There he is. Against Aaron Hicks, who's going to come up. So Davinsky is going to be our new pitcher. He comes in there. And he comes in there and he's going to face Hicks. Davinsky, what did he look like? 268 ERA in 562 games, 80 innings pitched, 100 strikeouts. He will face Hicks. Hicks, who batted 266 with 15 home runs and 300 bats. So had he played the whole season, it would have been 30 home runs. So he has a pretty good card. And let's do it. Hicks, switch hitter versus Davinsky, the righty. Here's the pitch, and that is a 2 and a 9, and that is strike 3. So he's called out looking. 1 away for Davinsky. And next is Starling Castro. Castro, what has he done today? Steps in and knocked it, 1 out. Doesn't say. Okay. And that's a 4 and 10. So it's going to be, he's a righty, so it's 4 and 10 is going to be ground ball shortstop X. Our shortstop is Gregorius, who's a 1 with a 10. That I think is going to be an error on the shortstop. He's a 1 and a 10. It is going to be an error, and his error rating is E13, it looks like. E13, so we're going to roll 2. Where's 13? Oh, there is no 13, is there? So maybe it's I don't see any 13. 7, 8, 10, 12. That's funny. 14, 16. Okay, all right. So then it's not 13. Let me see what it is. I wrote it real small in 10 and kind of the ink blurred it out. It looks like a 12, but let's double check. Let's grab Gregorius here. Gregorius error rating is an E12. Okay. So E12, let's roll 2d6, and that's a 6. E12, a 6 is going to be a ball that Gregorius gets to. Wait a second. It's not Gregorius. It's Castro batting. Castro's batting. And hold on a second. I got all mixed up here. All right. Doing too many things at once. So let's get this in tune here. Let's get this. So it's the shortstop is Correa, and Correa is an error rating of a 14, and we rolled a 6 and a 14 and a 6 is still a ball that Correa gets to and throws out Castro. All right. I gotta have this helper that helps get my brain straightened out. And it's Bird. Bird is up against Davinsky. Let's do it. And the pitch, it's a 6 against a lefty, a 6 and a 7, and strike 3, and that retires the side. So last licks. Last licks for the Astros. They're down by 3. Chapman's going to get pulled. We're going to bring in Robertson to pick up the save, hopefully. We'll also bring in Betances, but we're going to bring in Robertson. He's got more experience in this role. All right, so he's a new pitcher. And here goes. So let's grab Robertson. Chapman did his job. Oh, I pulled Betances. I didn't pull Robertson. David Robertson. There it is. Against leading off is Alex Bregman. It's going to be Bregman, Beltran, and Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. And that is a 4 and a 7. So a 4 and a 7 is a strikeout, and that's the first out for the Yanks here. Looks like they're going to push it to a game 6. Let's see what happens. Beltran's up. He's a switch hitter, so he's batting lefty. So that's a 3 versus the righty Robertson. It's a 3 and a 7, and that is a fly ball left field. Gardner over, under it, 2 away. So the Astros, and my garbage can replay, are 1 out away from losing game 5 and the Yankees making it 3-2. They're trailing 3-2. So the next game is also going to be an elimination. Oh well, every game the Yankees play are going to be elimination since they're down, or the Astros have 3 victories already in a 7-game series. So here's Gonzalez. He's a switch hitter. He bats lefty again. That's going to be a 6 versus a lefty and a 5. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. All right. So Robertson comes in and does the job. Picks up a save. And this one belongs to New York, 4-1. So let's finish this out. Save and exit. Nice little system here. This Digital Diamond Baseball. We're going to look at the box score of the 4-1. The Yanks only gave up 4 hits in this game, so there was there wasn't much Astro offense. Something that's hurt us in this series. Let's see. So for the Yanks, a couple of guys had 2 hits. Castro 2 hits, and Frazier was really the big bat in this game. Gregorius hit a home run, a solo shot, but Frazier had 2 RBIs and also hit a home run. But ultimately, it was Tanaka, Chapman, and Robertson. Tanaka went 7, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Chapman went an inning, gave up a hit. That was it. And Robertson came in and retired 2 out of the 3 batters on strikeouts. And it was a 1-2-3 inning. Robertson picked up his first save of this 7-game series. And that's it, guys. This is Tony Porter from Cards and Dice TV for Tabletop Baseball Digest. And I welcome you to the new channel name. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.